Austin.
And I'm Ethan.
We're back.
Whew.
How was your time, sir?
I'm just a little sunburned. It's okay.
A little sunburnt. You're paler than I am.
I mean, pale is merely a spectrum by which we judge ourselves. That doesn't really mean anything.
Okay, don't get all philosophical in here. Alright, so we're here mostly is a returning season.
Mm-hmm.
We had a decent run the first time around, but we do know that we had lots of faults, and we are sorry you had to suffer through that.
Yes, we humbly apologize. We've brought shame upon our families.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and run some things that we're already sorry for here. Yeah. Oh yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yep, that'll haunt me later. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright. Well, anyway, so now it's time for 2019.
Yes. Ooh, are we gonna, so 2019, is this like, do we have a special subheading for 2019? What is 2019 the year of?
Well, you know, everyone says, you know, the new year should be a year of redemption.
Redemption.
Perhaps bringing back nostalgia, if you will.
Ooh, nostalgia. Now that's a sweet drug right there.
Is it now?
Yeah.
Only you would know.
Crush it up and just sort of.
Alright, that's enough about the drugs. Alright, well, we've also kind of stopped giving a fuck, if you couldn't tell, so we're drinking on the podcast now.
Oh, just means I don't have to drink as heavily beforehand.
Exactly. So now we're getting plastered there, because that's what everyone wants, right? If not, oh well, we're doing it anyway. So let's talk about some things for 2019, you know. So, as everyone knows, our channel does have videos on it now, so that's a positive.
Well, or a negative, depending on which side of the coin you want to look at.
Yeah, I mean, some of them aren't the best, but that's okay, because we've got a whole load of content we're going to give you for 2019. Now, obviously, this won't all come at once, but in 2019, we will have a couple of things. We have them listed here. We're going to start doing some rants with just our friend Ethan here.
Yes.
Where he just goes on little tangents about things that bother him throughout everyday life.
Florida sucks.
Yeah,
Never forget.
Florida is going to be a lot of that. We're also going to start doing some gaming videos. So if you enjoy gaming videos, we got a lot. I myself play a lot of games, and Ethan over here does a little bit as well.
I know how to move the buttons.
That's a start. We did have a good time playing Tekken Tag Tournament on Guitar Hero guitars the other day. That was fun. So maybe that could be something. We're also going to start doing a little program we're going to call One Shots, which is pretty much like a sketch program. So if you enjoy things like that, just kind of us retelling history or just making our own little stories, might be something to look into. And then the last thing, I'll let you go ahead and call Ethan. Here you go.
Don't worry. I know that you've all been asking about it. The most popular series that's been teased in a millennia, Frat House. Don't worry, it is not in development hell. Instead, we have moved it to development purgatory, where there is a chance that it gets to development heaven.
Just a small one, but if possible.
At least right now, I'm willing to make a guarantee that there will be a trailer for Frat House coming out probably late 2019. Maybe earlier? But I'll just hedge my bets and go with late 2019.
I'll go ahead and put my all in on September 2019.
Ooh, September. I mean, that's basically late.
Yeah, it's close to late, yeah. Alright, so now that we got that business out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about what has happened in 2019 thus far.
So, where to begin?
We got a couple of things here. Do you have anything that's happened to you specifically in 2019?
Well, I did happen to stumble upon this weird program on television. It was probably the most boring thing I'd ever watched.
Judge Joe Brown?
Ooh, close. Instead, we're going to go with the Super Bowl. Oh, yes. It was a real stinker.
I will admit one thing straight up. This is the first Super Bowl since my team won, because that was the first Super Bowl I saw. I will not tell you what my team is, so you're gonna have to guess on that. It is from Florida. Sorry. It is the first Super Bowl that I did not watch more than 2 minutes of.
Really?
Yep, I watched the 2 minutes before halftime, and then me and my lady partner watched Maroon 5.
She lets you talk about her that way?
Yes, she does. I hope. She's definitely not in the other room or anything.
Lady partner.
Oh, now she's giving us the death stare. Oh, fantastic. What? You are my lady partner. It's fine.
Okay.
So I unfortunately did watch a majority of it. Well, okay.
Was it as bad as it looked?
Yeah, okay, so just a recap for those fortunate few who haven't seen it. The first half, exactly 3 points were scored.
Oh, God. That sounds like one of those Steelers-Ravens games that's played in 6 feet of snow.
Oh, gosh. Well, unfortunately, they didn't have that excuse.
Oh.
In fact, the Rams didn't even make their fourth first down of the game until the second half.
They only had 3 first downs?
In the first half.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it just goes to show that Belichick, well, he may look like a giant slug.
It still is a giant slug.
Is indeed actually quite intelligent, and possibly, is the best football coach of all time. You can't do what other name would you float to be better than Belichick?
I mean...
He could take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and make them a winning team.
Now, hey, Bruce Arians might do that this year. But that's a topic for a whole other time. As for Belichick, as much as I don't want to admit it, you are right. He might be the greatest coach of all time.
I mean, you gotta think of it in terms like this. I mean, Emperor Palpatine might not have been the best man, but he was one of the best emperors of all time.
I mean, you do have a point because, I mean, he had to cheat to win a lot.
Yes, he
so,
did.
I mean...
You're not cheating. Are you really even trying? Are you?
Yes, you are.
No.
They're poor Arizona Cardinals to get shit on every year.
Well, they should try cheating. Probably it'd help.
Yeah, no shit.
Which brings us to the next topic related to the Super Bowl. Brady. Is he the greatest of all time?
No, he's not the greatest of all time. And I still stand by those words. Would you like to know why?
I mean, okay. I would like to know why you think that someone who has won 6... Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Super Bowl rings?
Let's talk about the last couple of Super Bowls he's been in.
Okay.
So this one, he didn't do shit in.
Well, but did he do enough for it to matter? Did they make more first downs than the Rams did?
How many touchdowns did he have?
Okay.
A big goose egg. Who did all the work? Julian Edelman, Sony Michel, and Rob Gronkowski.
Okay, Rob Gronkowski did not do anything.
He made one really great catch.
Okay, that's because he's taller than everyone else.
Yeah, I mean, it's like throwing Andre the Giant in a swarm of little people.
I'd pay to see that.
I mean, it's probably happened before. Which brings me to my next point, since I want to get away from the Breeze saga here. We're going to sit here and argue for 25 minutes if we keep talking about it. But we can talk about one other thing.
Who was not in the Super Bowl, though? Okay, I'll let it go.
Who should have been in the Super Bowl but wasn't, and I was really hoping would do a WWE-esque move.
No, please.
And
it would have been far more entertaining than the real Super Bowl.
Oh, I know. I wish the Saints would have just come in with steel chairs and beat up everybody. That would have made it highly entertaining.
Brady's the best.
But speaking of that, we did watch the Royal Rumble this year.
Oh, yes, we did. It was
interesting.
Far more entertaining than the Super Bowl.
I mean, it was your first taste of WWE pay-per-view, wasn't it?
Yep. I definitely recommend not watching those sober. It definitely heightened the experience.
Hey, there was one rule though. You just had to punch Ember Moon when you came into the ring.
Oh my gosh! Every single time, that poor girl. I think like 20 people came into the ring during the Women's Royal Rumble, and the first person they hit was Ember Moon.
You know what's horrible about that? She actually got injured from that.
What? Really?
Yeah, she has back injury.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yo.
I mean, everyone literally hit her. I'm not surprised, but I still feel bad for her.
Yeah, she got. They had, who was it that they had it going in the men's rumble with the same person?
Oh, it's Shinsuke.
Oh yeah, that's right, Shinsuke for a while, but it wasn't nearly as bad as Ember Moon. Literally everyone.
Yeah, and then I mean the men's one, it ended up just being those two guys that got thrown out early. But
yeah, I'm not gonna lie, the women's Royal Rumble was way more entertaining than the men's.
I agree. I think it's just because there's so many people in the women's rumble that no one knows, so they have low expectations.
Yeah, maybe that too.
And when they exceed them, it makes them look even better.
Yeah, because there was the sailor chick that lasted way longer than anyone thought she would.
Hey, no, that was the yacht girl.
Oh, yacht girl was.
There's a sailor chick and there's a yacht girl.
There was two ship girls.
Yeah.
Ugh.
One's a sailor, one's a yacht girl. You got to be very specific.
Okay.
For those of you that don't know, it's Lacey Evans is the sailor girl.
Okay.
Because that's the blonde.
And she was the first one in, right?
She was the first one.
Okay.
She actually did really well.
Wasn't the other one blonde as well?
No, the other one was like a light brownish.
Oh, wait, okay.
It was Kairi Sane.
Oh, okay. But that was just Pirate Girl. She wasn't.
Well, technically it's yacht.
What? Pirates?
In NXT, she's Pirate Girl, but whenever they bring her to the main roster on rare occasions.
Why did they change it to yacht?
Because
so
they're dumb. That's the whole thing.
Nobody that watches WWE owns a yacht.
All three of them, yeah. I mean, I guess that would require some actual people with class to watch WWE.
I don't think owning a yacht means that you have class. It just means you have money.
I mean, you're not wrong. But if I did have money, I would not have a yacht.
No, screw that.
I would spend my money on Denny's gift certificates.
Oh gosh.
What?
Gross.
What's wrong with Denny's?
I mean, I don't know.
Is this going to be episode 1 of the ranting?
Where to begin? Okay, I won't lie. Denny's is better than most of the chain breakfast establishments. Ooh, there's a good question right there.
What?
First question of 2019. What is the best breakfast chain establishment?
Oh. Now that is a thinker. I still would put my money on Denny's for myself.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think you're forgetting the best one.
Well, I guess there is one that could compete, but it's just a local thing.
Oh, you mean, are you talking about Bob Evans? Because I don't think that's local.
No, it's not Bob Evans.
Oh, we can
because Bob Evans is fallen in my ranking.
Fallen? Bob Evans is way better than Denny's.
Have you been to Bob Evans lately?
No, because
that's the problem.
I'm a young adult with respect for my life.
Oh. You see, I don't have respect for my life, so thus I go to breakfast restaurants at 2 in the morning.
Well, yeah. That is the best time to go to them.
That is the best food at 2 in the morning, though. It's either that or White Castle. You pick.
I mean,
you're having diarrhea each way, so
it'll be a little bit more solid with Denny's, I guess.
Just a little, but I really enjoy the moon over my hammy. Is
that a real dish?
That is a real dish.
What is the hammy?
If I recall, and it has been a little bit since I've been to Denny's because someone won't let me go there. It is pretty much a ham and egg sandwich.
Okay.
But it's covered in cheese, which is fantastic.
I mean,
it is the true American dish.
That does sound delicious, but
meat and cheese everywhere.
That is not what I think of when I hear the words moon over hammy.
What do you think of, dare I ask?
I'm kind of imagining a long table with some velvet on top of it, and on top of the said table is a gentleman who probably has a physique of some repute. And he is indeed quite naked. And he's kind of laying like a French girl, you know, and upon his thighs, where the hamstrings are, it just slices of ham. Just
what the?
Delicious looking ham steaks. And then maybe on the other thigh, he's got resting some over easy eggs.
Where do you come up with this?
And he's got some toast draped over his genitals. Because this is a family establishment, damn it.
Well, there went our G rating.
But isn't that what, I mean, that's, you don't think of a sandwich, you think of thighs. Hamstrings.
No, I think of a sandwich. Because I'm always hungry. There's a difference. So what we're really failing to grasp here is...
grasp.
Not like that. After the image you just put in my head, I don't want to think about grasping anything right now.
Hey, you're the one that's supposed to love thighs.
I do. But I blame the rock band Metric for that.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you blame The Rock for that for a second.
I mean, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. I mean,
yeah, he does have some. He has some thunder stuff. Thunder stuff. I can't say it.
thunder thighs? Is that what you're trying to say? You've had a third of a beer. What is wrong with you?
I was born this way.
Whatever. So we didn't get to what the big breakfast restaurant is, though.
Yes, locally, hands down, there is no other, which is Flapjacks.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's got like 4 or 5 locations. I think that qualifies as a chain.
It's a small chain. It's like a local chain.
Yeah.
But if you are in Indiana, highly recommend.
Yeah, unfortunately, they are not open at 2 a.m. Otherwise.
Yeah, no. They're barely open at 2 p.m.
Yeah.
I mean, what, they close at 3, don't they?
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
Such a shame.
Unfortunate, but it is what it is. Alright, well, I think it's about time for us to go ahead and hit the dusty old trail on this first one.
Yep.
Any last words you'd like to tell the people before we head out?
Well, it's a good question. Last words. I'm sorry, I'm still thinking about ham thighs.
God damn it. Why? Are we gonna have to make a new list of words and things you can't talk about again?
Ham thighs? You can't take that from me.
Yes, we can. Just why we took that whole list otherwise.
I mean, we have potential for a themed restaurant here.
Ham thighs?
No, instead of plates.
The restaurant?
Instead of plates, we serve food on people.
No.
People would go for it.
That they wouldn't. I'm not going to dispute that at all because there are people that would do that. I don't know why, but there are people. But
just so much. Do we have like a video process of showing them how we clean the people before we serve food on them?
Just like get the Clorox wipes and wipe down the legs.
We have very extensive screening with bleach.
Alright, we need to end before this goes any further. Alright, thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'm sorry you had to experience the people restaurant with food on them.
What else did they come here for?
Anything else.
Brings a whole new meaning to junk food.
Bye.